Hey guys and dolls, so long time no tutorial. I know, it's been a really long time since I've made a tutorial. My life has been really topsy-turvy, just, you know, long story short. So, yeah, but I'm definitely back into making tutorials. I'm super excited. I'm kind of getting things going with my new camera. Still having some issues. Luckily, Bethany from I Wanted to See One Video, I think is the name of her YouTube channel. I always think she crack up because I'm like, what? But anyway, she's been giving me some pointers on how to use this camera because she got the same one, so thank you, Bethany. Anyway, so I cooked this look up the other day when I was playing with some of the new palettes that I've purchased, because even though I haven't been making videos, I did buy some new makeup because I had to have a pick-me-up because it wasn't feeling so good. This look is primarily using the Comfort Zone palette and the Valiant Quad, and you might notice there's a little bit of purple in there. I used Fig One, which is one of my all-time favorite eyeshadows. Love it, love it, love it. I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. Oh, also, I want to mention that in this video I used, I did Batwing eyeliner, so hopefully you can see how it's all like little wings. So this is like probably the 4th or 5th or 7th time, I don't know, that I've attempted Batwing liner, so I'm not an expert at it by any means, but hopefully you guys enjoy it and learn how to do it, and yeah. So if you'd like to learn how to get this look, just keep watching. Okay, so I've already applied like all my face makeup and stuff like that, so I'm going to start the actual eyeshadow out with this here. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. So I got a little bit of that on my finger, and I'm just going to put it all over my lid. Okay, so the first shadow I'm going to use today is MAC's Fig One. It's a plummy, deep purple. If you don't have Fig One and you'd like a dupe, the Wet n Wild Lust palette, the purple in there is pretty close. I mean, not exact, but definitely cousins. Just any purple shadow that you like will work just fine. So I get some of that on the belly side of my 217, like this, and then I flip it around to use it this way. Kind of genius. It basically ends up depositing the color above your crease and not onto the crease. Whereas if you were to try to use like a rounded brush like this, it's just gonna get it everywhere. And I kind of want the crease to stay clean. So anyway, gonna stick that in, and I'm gonna rock it in my socket and kind of create this nice rounded shape. It kind of carves out your crease without being super defined. And in terms of like how far in I'm taking it, I basically start fading it in back towards my tear duct after about 2/3 in. Savvy? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Petal Pusher palette, and I'm going to take this color right here, the second one on the right hand side of the palette. Take a little bit of that up, again on the belly of the brush, and this time I'm going to kind of click it off with my fingernails, and I'm just gonna place that onto and slightly above where I had Fig One, just using it as kind of a transitional color between this and where I'm gonna place the highlight. And then I'm just using like circular little angel kiss motions just to give you an idea of how much pressure you need to apply. Very little, because you're just trying to blend it out. Okay, so to highlight today I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in Brulee. And I'm using one of these big 227 style brushes, or just any kind of brush that you have like this. And what I like to do is, again, pick the color up on one side. You see there's very little color on that side. Pick the color up, and then I apply it this way. I know it seems crazy, but it means for your initial laydown there's less product. And then as you need it, you can kind of stamp on a little product and then blend it with the side that doesn't have as much product. Kind of cool, yeah? And this type of brush is really great for blending out highlight if you use like a large area to be highlighted like I like to do. Of course, if you have a smaller area, you're not going to want to use a big old brush like this. Alright, and then if you need to kind of go back with some of your purple shades and warm it up, reshape it, do whatever it is that you need to do to get it how you like it. So now for a secondary highlight, I'm going to use this this palette here. This is the e.l.f. Eyeshadow Transformer palette, and I'm going to use this orange one here. It's like obviously doesn't look like it's orange. It's like super pale orange. It's like a white with an orange highlight. And I got some of that on my big fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of going over that whole area again. Alright, so now for the lid shade, I'm going to use the Comfort Zone palette. And I'm going to use this beautiful olive chartreuse type of shade here. And I'm going to use it wet. I find that with a lot of these really shimmery palettes, or shimmery shadows and just in general from Wet n Wild, some of them have really great cling and very little fallout, and some of them are very fallout happy. And unfortunately this green one's kind of fallout happy, and I don't know, I like applying eyeshadows like this wet, so you do whatever you want to do. So I'm taking my shader brush and I'm going to spray it with Fix Plus. Dab it off on a towel to make sure it's not too wet. And then I'm just going to use, very carefully pick up color for just one side of the eyeshadow. So that's what I do when I like to use an eyeshadow wet, like I do this with Vex for instance. So that way I still have an area that I can use that's never been wetted. It's never been used wet. So I'm taking my brush and then I'm going to apply all that color to the lid. And you see how vibrant applying it wet makes it? Oh, I just love it. And so I'm just taking that all over the whole lid where I didn't apply the purple, just that whole bottom part. And when I get close to the lash line, I typically go up like that. I don't know, it seems to place the color a little better. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and add a bit of depth. I'm going to again use the Comfort Zone palette, this dark glittery brown. And I'm just taking that just on the tip of my 217 this time. So you see where I've been using the same brush a lot of different ways and tapping off most of the excess because this one can get a little fallout happy. And I'm just going to ride that right in the crease line without blending it up. I just want to kind of create, basically it ends up being kind of a transitional color between the crease and the lid color. And I am using some circular motions, but as you can see I'm pressing into the crease line so that the color doesn't travel up too far. Okay, so now to add some depth to the lower part of the lid, I'm going to take the Valiant Quad from Wonder Woman. Now if you don't have this, any kind of dark forest green would work, and any kind of shimmery chartreuse type shade would work. It really doesn't matter, you don't have to use these exact shadows to get a good look, but I recently got this and want to use it, so very dark, like hunter green. And I'm going to place that right here at this outer portion of the lid, and then just feather flick to blend it in. And then just to add a little bit of shimmer right here in the center of the lid, I'm going to use the light color, the light green, just to give it a little more pop. Okay, so now for an inner corner highlight, I'm going to again go in with the Comfort Zone palette in this kind of mushroomy gold kind of color. I don't know how to describe it. And I'm using a little teeny tiny brush. This is a MAC 228. And I'm just going to place that right here at the outer corner, kind of around the tear duct area. Not kind of around the tear duct area. And then blend it up. Okay, so for liner, today I'm going to use this liner here. It's by Physicians Formula. It's one of the brush-tipped marker style liners that I tend to favor. And let's get started. So just kind of place it and drag to get my initial line down. I'm going to try to do kind of a little bit of a batwing liner. So I'm going to kind of pick an angle and then draw it straight in. Right to like the crease. And then draw a line from that down. And slightly thicken this outer part here. And then when my eyes open, it looks like I just have like an elongated line. But then when I look down, you can see it's a bat wing. Super cool. And then I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit on the bottom. So now I'm going to tightline my eyes. I'm going to use Urban Decay's 24/7 pencil in 0. So while that's drying, I'm going to apply some mascara. Now for bottom liner, I'm going to use this new Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner Trio. This is the purple one that comes in the green eye trio. Let me go ahead and use my little mirror. Draw the line a little thicker, the outer portion here, and keep it really close to the lash line as I go in. Then over that liner, I'm going to take one of the purples from the Petal Pusher Trio Quad, what was I going to say? Palette. And I'm just going to place that over it. I'm just going to pat it on. So my eyes are so jazzy and snazzy that I don't want to do too much crazy stuff on the lips. So especially since after this I'm going to film a couple reviews, so I don't want to have like crazy stuff going on. So I'm going to use this Stila lip glaze. This is like a mini I got in a holiday set like a year ago. And it's called Plum Fairy. Sorry, there's like a hair on my lip or something. So you click these up and paint them on. Pretty simple stuff. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You know, it's my first tutorial in like a couple weeks filming, so go easy on me. Anyway, and yeah, definitely check out these palettes because they're freaking awesome. These new Wet n Wild ones. And also the MAC Wonder Woman collection is kind of amazeballs. Just saying. So anyway, have a great day and I'll see you guys next time. Remember to always be yourself. Alright, so I'm going to start this off by using my Too Faced shadow, really? Is that what's in my hand? My favorite highlight shade to use is Blunt Type, but as you can see it's really broken right now. Oh, and I just dropped it and it broke some more. Awesome. Just awesome. So for today I'm going to use, I just stuck my finger in this one too. Really? Really? Seriously? I'm going to leave it as it. I'm going to go over that liner with one of the colors from the Petal Pusher, with the add some depth to the lid can't talk today.